Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to do something a little different. I had actually mentioned in the dev Discord recently. I'm going to be attempting to make the different cells in Spore in the Thrive game. I'm going to be trying to do it in order with the non-player starter cells and then just actual player starter cells. There's going to be some difficulty in it since I would love to use the eye to represent the nuclei, but some of them have more than one, so that is a problem there. And also mouth parts can't really work, but I'll try to keep the color, like flagellum, cilia, spike counts, at least relatively the same to the best of my ability. Just do that. Of the herbivorous cells, I might actually have those be photosynthetic, because I think that might make a little bit more sense for the herbivores. At least instead of eating plants, like, well, I'm just gulping up sunlight. Okay. Now then, I may actually attempt to do some editing with a video for the first time that isn't just stringing together some clips. If I have a few independent clips all together, I'll actually, hopefully right now there should, if I did everything right and I managed to not screw anything up, hopefully there should be an image of the very first non-player cell you ever encounter in a Spore game. It's a Minnow. Yeah, M-I-N-N-O, Minnow. So hopefully, assuming I did everything right, there should be an image of that you can see, so you can see what I'm trying to go for as I do this. Once again, that's assuming I don't make any mistakes. Right. And also for all these, I'm going to do a similar genus for them. Immediately we need to get a pink color. It's not really easy to see that, but we've got a decent pink. Okay. I think that's gonna be good for now. All this is really just to have a bit of fun, see if we can create some of the iconic Spore cells in Thrive to the best of my ability. Someone else could always do a much better job. Then again, I want to have them be somewhat playable as well. Of course, it's very much kind of what you're seeing here, just me. Because if I wanted to, I could have done this in the free build editor. I want to just take the chance and do it like this. I have to increase that. Want speed to go down. Try that. And get a little bit lower. some of these cells are going to be harder to do because obviously in Thrive, things like the cilia are locked behind the nucleus, so that will mean that anything with like a cilia will have to have that dealt with. Although I'll probably have cells like the poison body power just use toxins, so that'll probably be the change at least there compared to what Spore would have. I'm gonna do that. Also gonna spin more of that like spore cell look, I would say. Yeah, now speed's below what we need for Plenum. So hopefully next energy we can get that on, and I'd say technically built the first one. Alright. Well, I've already become a very boring cell to play. Kind of just sit around now. Making some move somewhat. Right there, I think is a pretty good representation of our first spore cell. I'm gonna fossilize it. And let's also look at what else showed up here. So that was the first generation was an iron eater. Not that bad there. Here we actually had some things that kept the Sporkus name. That went extinct though. And that's us. This game I would say is all done. Next is going to be the one that's called Goldie. Let's also save the game real quick. Now this one, well, as the name kind of suggests, it's pretty gold. It's just color. But it is a carnivore, so we're not going to be on the service patch. I have to get 7 flagellum on it. That's going to be tough. But I'm pretty sure I can do it. sulfide. Although since we have, of course, iron, hydrogen sulfide, and temperature, I'm likely going to do our best to utilize all of that to survive and have the energy we need in order to go kind of crazy with the flagella. World. First thing is going to be the membrane color. I think that's orange, that's really yellow. I think we'll say that's gold. Just check my museum to make sure I got the right name. Oh, there's a whole lot of data. Well, I guess that makes sense. Sporicus. Alright. Right off the bat, we're going to use... We're going to need probably a bigger end section here. Just do that for now. I wanted to start right here with the iron so I wouldn't start immediately dying, because that is something I've noticed now. Well, we're supposed to be a predator, should try to eat stuff. Be that predator. Radiation meters looks like, yeah. Alright. Going on here. Come to me, cells. You know you want to. To another under the editor. Yep. Spike, but we don't need that because the Goldie cell in Spore does not have any spikes. access ATB, I think. So should be getting close to that. Although speed's also slowing down. Once we get the flagellum setup going, it's gonna be a little crazy. I think we're gonna be moving pretty fast, if I'm not mistaken. Well, it's also somewhat difficult at the same time, because we're gonna have a lot of flagellum there. Take a decent amount of ATB to use. So a lot of things we have to be careful of once we get the flagellum started. That should be enough of that. Some things already have the slime jet as well. And I guess after all, we have to do one of the jet propulsion cells as well. God, we're gonna be using the slime jet for that. That wasn't obvious. That does that. Just a little tumor synthase protein. Ow. Spikes can be annoying. Alright. Now we have the flagellum. Up there, it's like there. It's gonna be like off to the side this way. Some speed to our cell. It should help in the evolutionary arms race, especially as a predator. Although a lot of these other cells can be forming different membranes that we can't consume without lysosome, which would need, of course, the nucleus. And there's something with the toxin. I just saw it. Toxins are present now. That is something to be wary of. much at what we need for this. We just need to get all the other flagella on. But that alone will probably be the hardest part of it. But hopefully by utilizing all the different proteins that we have, we do a lot of, well, things should hopefully work out. The way that thermosynthase was looking in the actual editor was confusing me a little bit. Looks like everything's fine. I can eat you. Alright. Nothing. What just happened there? How much does this actually take off? It's 8. Thinking about it, I might end up trying to get the nucleus in, since that'll give me opportunity to get the organelle versions of our proteins to get more ATP production and all that. That might be a good idea. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to do that. It'd be really hard if I just do with the proteins. Try and get 7 flagellum onto this cell. is where I put the actual nucleus. Move that off to the side and put it in the back. So I can't do it right now, but I could then have 3 there, 2 off to the side. Yeah, I think that might work. I can't add anything else. I'll probably put some up there. Alright. Even though the nucleus will be an initial detriment, it should hopefully end up being good in the long term for us getting more ATP production for all the flagella we're going to be using. Also, there's a possibility that I'm only going to be doing the 2 I've done so far, obviously Minnow and Goldie, just because the fact that this is going to be many more generations than Minnow was. Like I said, I don't want to make it too long. Move into his iron over here. Kind of formed a heart-shaped cloud. How lovely. Yeah, not yet. Should also put us decently over because it's full 20. And that actually probably has barely, so let's just also delete that for now. Yeah, we're gonna be slower for a bit, but I think it'll be better in the long term. I'm gonna get the nucleus going next generation. Also, I don't know if it can be heard with my mic at all, but it's very windy outside and snowing. I just missed that toxin. Like I'm starting to be just, I don't know, Switzerland in the middle of a world war here. Just casually doing my own thing, and there's just pain and death flying all over the place. And I'm just cruising along doing my own thing. Alright, I'm gonna try to get the nucleus in now. How far have things spread actually? It looks like we're fine. Looks like probably where they've just gone to. Alright, this is gonna do. Well, it's not as bad. But this does mean we can start getting the more advanced ones. Also, what's the demise? Okay, so that should be filled pretty soon. Yeah, well, it's gonna be a very long version of Goldie, but this should hopefully do what we need. Which we're once again a relatively slow cell. As long as we keep on getting iron and the glucose high with hydrogen sulfide, we should be fine. Oh, I was not paying attention to my health there. If I was a bit smarter, I would have avoided that. Man, those species are very good at what they do. Sure, it was just one or two species that has the toxins right now. Assume that. I think one of my own guys just died over there. Get into the editor. A bit more stuff before I do that, though. Alright. Now see that is good. Oh, something popped off of us. Yeah, is that? That increased it a little bit at least. For now, I mean, it does make more sense to do it like that. Now I have to be very careful of running out of iron, or we'll start to take damage from lack of ATP. That's every one of the toxin things there. I literally brushed past. The damage. I'm going to attempt to re-grab that sulfur chunk. I want it. There we go. Well, we of course still dropped a bit population, but not as much. These things are eviscerating everything. Okay, not the things I want to be dealing with. Oh, I just got hit by a stray toxin. I mean, that's basically what that felt like. Okay, that was the thing I wanted. I'm gonna just push you until I can consume it again. I know I will at some point. There we go. Get right back to this iron before I start dying. I run out of iron. It's not paying attention. Too slowly. Hopefully without dying, get to some iron. And we float up on it. Alright. So we have actually increased population now. Hydrogenous zone. Being good to me. Alright. And it wants us to get the melanism, which I mean, I could do. You know, I just want to try and get this thing working. It's not the thing we needed. I think the one we're going for looks clear. One of them. Can get them into me. I need to consume them. I should take a look real quick here. See if I can recognize it. Yeah, that, okay. Looks like what I'm looking for is like a brownish. Versus, you know, another one looks kind of similar, so that'll be a bit of a pain. Not that. I do a little toxin. Okay, that is what we needed. Pretty close to me getting into the editor as well. Alright. Again, I don't think our cells are able to really handle what we're doing to it. Let's see if there's any oxygen. Oh, oxygen is definitely starting to occur. This is a very long cell. Probably start trying to switch out the interior to a degree. And if I do a memory change, it's going to be up to double. Because that's the only, because none of these can engulf other cells. So that's probably going to be the only memory change I'll do with this. In order to just get this down a little bit, the osmoregulation cost. I'm pretty sure it'll be a lot speedier now than before. Yeah, definitely gaining in that speed department. Also, if you look at like the actual Spore stats for the Goldie, you'll notice it only has like a speed of 5 because of how Spore handles the flagellum and the other speed-based items. And even though it only has 7 total, because one of those is a singular version and the others are just duplicated due to the line of symmetry that the cells have, it only truly technically has 5 speed. But yeah, it's kind of a funny thing about that. Okay. I'm now just crawling because I have no iron. This iron pelt, so I'm going to try to grab that. It's not going to be a lot. This guy's going to grab that. I wonder if I can get lucky. Clearly not. I'm going to try and go until I can get some iron built up. Because right now I'm just living off of the glucose and temperature. I'd love to be able to actually consume you. Get at me. Alright. Everything's looking a little pretty. A lot of colorful cells. Alright. Right, it only produces glucose now. Instead, we're going to probably go with the iron. We'll probably increase speed for our creation. So no option is starting to show up. Just bump that up a little bit. It shouldn't be a problem at all yet. But for safety, we can do that. Oh yeah, we were moving a lot faster now. Although we do not have the best turns. Then again, the Goldie cell does not have cilia, so we cannot add that at all. Since that's how we're doing this. Oh my lord, I almost died there. I'm glad I got out of that mess. The question is now, can I get one of the cells I need? I would like to be my endosymbiosis target. I'm also kind of big and don't have the best turns. see it. Almost got hit by that. And a lot of iron, but hopefully it'll be enough for a little bit. Not that one. Check the patch again. Okay, it's still here. That's good to know. Just a matter of finding it. That's gonna be the problem now. Oh, that one was draining toxins. Pretty rough. Didn't notice that. One gets close to me there. Wish I saw it sooner. It's hard with how small they are to actually tell if it's the one I need or if it's not the one. I'd love to throw Cilia on even for a moment. Yeah, reserve. Dang it. I was so close to getting whatever that cell was. But I couldn't. Not it either. I was hoping that was it. Okay, there we go. Got it. Alright. Man, that took a lot longer than I wanted it to. place that as well. And, not enough for it. Find out another flagella. Alright. Now we're looking for the little slime jet cell. Before I noticed anybody was this target. Oh, ow. There's some radiation. Some will be useful there, of course. Is that not the target? This is a different target. Oh yeah, whatever it was I was going for, yeah, hydrogenosome. Okay, no, it's not even in the patch. Oh, wait, lose a species, another patch. Silly me. We got the binding protein available now. I'm gonna do that, and then another flagella. All right. One of these small cells is what I am looking for. So I'm going to start looking for another hydrogen sulfide chunk that I can nab and keep in my cell, because the current one is about to be gone. Big wide turns. Just spewing out hydrogen sulfide. Looks like it's still in the bench. Put another one on, another flagella. Next generation, I think I'm going to just be doing the flagella over here, and then that should be it. I haven't even looked to see what generation we're actually on right now. But it's definitely way more than how many generations it took to make the minnow. But, ow. Got smacked. Well, whatever that was, I can actually eat it. I can eat a big iron chunk. Okay then. We've gone to that size, I guess. Well, the fact that's going to be popping out as soon as I exit the editor. Just remembering again, see if maybe. I think that's fine. Oh, all the way. We're going to fossilize this. Alright. Thank you for watching this video where I made Spores and Minnow and Goldie and Thrive. And I hope you all have a good day. See you next time.